Good morning, everyone. This is Noella Taylor with Transform Your Life on the Softly Spoken Sister YouTube channel. And I wanted today to talk about how do we receive signals and messages. And we're like, okay, so what do I mean by that? What I mean is constantly God, source, universe, your guardians that watch you all the time, your angels, they're always trying to talk to us. And the thing is we're just not receiving. And we get signals and messages all the time. It's just not that we're paying attention to them, right? So a lot of times we don't live in the now. We either live in the past or in the future. So that means that if something was to happen right now and someone had a message for you, you're not going to recognize it for what it is. You're probably going to ignore it or use the word, coincidence, which is really funny because there is no such thing as a coincidence. People think coincidence is just things just happen and they just happen to happen right now at this moment, at this time for this thing, right? No. The key word, the portion of the word coincidence, right, really is coincide. And coincide means that everything is lining up at that one particular time and moment for this thing to happen. Everything coincides, right? So everything in the universe, all the energies, the timing, the divine timing is on. So everything coincides for this message or for a person to come into your life or for some kind of action that needs to be taken or some kind of experience that happens in your life, right? So all things coincide together. Coincide and coincidence, they oppose each other, right? Because coincidence is just like there's no rhyme and reason to any of this. It just happened to happen when I needed it, how I needed it, right? I mean, come on, logically think about that. Such a silly word. But it's receiving messages is constant. It's just how do we receive? Really, receiving is as simple as quieting the mind. What do I mean by quieting the mind? So we are going to talk about meditation and why meditation is just so powerful as a starter to anything. So whether or not you need a life change, whether or not there's something that you're actively working on that you want in your life, whether or not you're confused or going through emotional turmoil or there's a trauma that you haven't been able to overcome, or there are situations in your life that you're just not happy with, no matter what it is, right? Meditation is always the greatest place to start. And why is this? It's because you, who you perceive as you, right, which is normally run by your ego, doesn't have all the answers. It just takes whatever experiences are common and informs a logical reason or path, right? That's how the human brain works. That's how we are. But at all times, we are being protected and receiving divine guidance, and we're just not in the receiving mode. And so when we find ourselves in these positions where we need to ask questions, right, we really need to be asking questions from the people who know the answers, the beings who know the answers, the entities who are here to help us and to protect us and who watch us and guide us. And so I'm just going to look at it in a non-spiritual way, or non-religious, I'm going to say, because all things are spiritual, right? All things are energy. And so everything comes down to what the spiritual aspect of it is. But to remove that spiritual aspect so that everyone feels like they can get something out of this until they're ready to move on to something more spiritual, it's as simple as this. You meditate by putting yourself in a safe and secure place with very little to no distractions, especially for people who are beginning. You want it to be a darker place. You want it to be a place that you feel safe, right? And when you're in this place, you're going to close your eyes, because literally we don't want any input coming in, right? We want very small, very seldom input coming in. No additional sounds, no additional information from what you can see, right? None of that. We want to minimize all input because we're going inside now, right? We're going inside. And so we close our ear, we close our eyes, and we don't focus on what we hear, right? On everything else that's around us. We're keeping our spine upright. We're sitting straight. We're making sure that we're comfortable and in a place where we can relax, right? And as you have your eyes closed, you are going to think about nothing. All you're going to do is concentrate on your breathing, because breath is everything. Trust me when I say breath is everything, right? When you came into the world, your first gift was breath. And when you leave this world, your last gift will be breath. If you want to control your thinking, if you want to control your heart rate, if you want to be able to get out of an emotional state that you might be in, breath. So breathing is everything. And that is the only thing that you're going to focus on when you meditate, right? Especially beginning. Because we're just at this point meditating to clear the mind, because we want to receive, right? So we want to receive our messages. Oh, sorry. So when we do this and we just focus on our breathing, right? Clear the mind. When you clear your mind this way, right? And for beginners, it could be as little as 15 minutes a day. Putting yourself in this state brings clarity. It brings clarity from emotions being involved, right? It brings clarity on things that you're able to hear and receive, the songs that pop up on your radio in the car, even if they're designed radio stations, right? Messages, those are momentum. Those are messages and momentum that you hear. Anything you're exposed to, that you listen, that you watch, that you swipe, all those things create a thought. That thought is actually an intention, and then how you feel about that thought fuels it, so it sends that in a specific momentum. So please be very aware of what kind of music you watch, what kind of, music you listen to, what kind of television, movies that you watch. All of this has to do with your life state as it is right now and how it's going to be in the future, right? This has a direct reflection on what you create in your life. So when you start to meditate and you can have this clarity and you're able to see much clearer, you will be able to recognize when people are coming into your life to offer you the thing that you were asking for, right? When situations are happening, opportunities are being made that you weren't able to see before as opportunities, right? Songs will play on the radio that are like messages, right? You might see repetitive numbers, right? That's literally, math is the universal language. That's like angel signs, right? So 1 1s, 1 1 2 2s, 4 4s, 5 5 5s, your repetitive numbers that you continue to see, those are messages. Now, when you don't pay attention to anything, but you just seem to overhear a conversation that has, shed some light on something that you were thinking about or that was really bothering you, those are all messages. They're not going to come out of the sky and land in front of you or manifest right in front of your face, right? This is not it. The people around you that help, they're sent. These are all divine messages. They're not coincidences. They are the universe coinciding for you because you asked for it. So just meditation, right? Meditation is the answer. So I hope that this can help bring you absolute happiness. And I know that this will definitely help you get some clarity and that you're going to start getting some messages. Go ahead and put in the comments below any kind of messages or things that you receive after you start your meditation. Let me know if those are effective for you and not. Please share, because I would really love to know. And any other additional content that would help you to be able to manifest, that would help you really create the most wonderful experiences that you could have while you're here in this lifetime, please say so in the comments below. And please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Have a most wonderful day. Namaste.